Okay, hello everyone. I'm Phalanges.
And I'm Dazz in a toddler-sized hat.
And this is the MouseCast podcast for the week of Monday, December 23rd. This week we're going to be talking about the high polling rate debate. We're going to be settling that once and for all. Also, here we are in person. I guess I should have said that first. And we're wearing our Santa Claus hats from the Dollar Tree. So, yeah, we're doing this in person, but not live. Maybe someday.
Yep, I'm going to talk about my first impressions of Marvel Rivals and what I think of the game in general and why it exists, as well as any family Christmas traditions we might have.
Yeah. Dude, can I just, it just hit me a few moments ago. I asked my wife today, I was like, am I a nerd? And she's like, of course. And I was like, can you give, what is the easiest example to say, yeah, you're a nerd? She's like, well, you're driving an hour to someone's house today to do a podcast about mice. Oh, and by the way, she didn't know I was picking up Santa Claus hats.
It pretty much talks for itself. Yeah. It's hilarious.
So if you guys want to see more stupid antics like this, y'all should subscribe. We do podcasts every week. We usually film them Thursdays, release them Fridays. We're doing something a little bit different this week because of the holidays.
Watch my YouTube videos too.
Yeah, Dazz's YouTube channel. What was the most recent video?
It was I'm drawing a hard blank because we're on stream. X3 comparison to the G703.
Yep. And we're going to be talking about another one of those, similar mouse. So what's on your desk right now? Well,
what is on my desk?
Yeah. Well, it's basically what I chose because I didn't want to use the Heian because it wasn't big enough, but this infinite speed isn't big enough either.
Yep.
But a Mad G is what we're using for the pod. At home, I don't even remember. Doesn't matter. So let's go into our first topic. I guess I have the video already up, but settling the high polling rate debate, ending it. Boardzy says, shocking, of course. So this whole video, I watched through this, and personally, it was a bit of a nothing burger for me. I mean, we know Boardzy. He's not the most empirical with his takes. He's kind of fast and covers a lot of things, quantity over super in-depth quality.
Yeah, he lets other people cover polling rates and jitters and all that stuff, and other people do it well, and he's fine with that. So
yeah. The only real takeaway I got out of this, I mean, he goes over what pros use and stuff. The only takeaway I got from this is he uses 2K hertz, mainly because he has issues with 4K and Fortnite. But he is definitely a believer in high polling rate. So I didn't really, I don't know, it was kind of a nothing burger for me. But what was interesting was Viscose posted in the comments. I'll summarize this.
Adding to the list of Australians who made a video about high hertz. Nice. Rocket Jump Ninja.
Yep. So Viscose, for you guys who don't know, she's is she in Voltaic? I think she is a Voltaic member.
I think so.
She's one of the best aimers, probably one of the best, regarded as one of the best target switchers, I guess, alive right now.
Yeah, her clips are crazy. And
she has a YouTube channel that you guys should check out, obviously. She even had a podcast where they did one episode called the aim train, the whatever.
And you showed me that. It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and they only did one episode. But anyway, really talented aimer. She's not super a gearhead like Boardzy or Fresh Reviews or stuff, but she's incredibly talented.
Big OP1 fan.
Yep. Literally top 20 placement in any Kovacs thing that she sets her mind to. Sorry. So getting back to this, basically she's working on a video. What she found was really interesting was a paper, and that's the paper I actually want to dive into. Okay, I guess I gotta click on it this way. Leave YouTube, sure. This paper was done by, apparently there was an admin over at Blurbusters, the website that does the UFO ghosting test.
Yeah.
There was according to her comment, there was some debate between a Blurbusters admin and a researcher, and that led to this paper being written. This paper, the three people here are all at technical research institutes or universities in South Korea. This was published in 2021. So keep that in mind, October 2021. The abstract that I'll summarize is in gaming, accurately rendering input signals on a display is crucial both spatially and temporally. However, asynchronicity between the input and output signal frequencies results in unstable responses called jitter. So exactly what you're talking about, like a desync. And that's what this infographic up here is showing. So their findings showed that a jitter over 0.3 milliseconds is perceivable. And what I want to do with this is I want to kind of dumb this down. I don't want to dumb it down. I want to summarize this in a way that makes sense because there is too much polling rate discussion that is subjective or anecdotal. So this paper, let me bring up my notes here. They used 23 participants that were young-ish. I want to say they were ages like 18 to 31 with an average age of around 25 years old from local universities. They split them into two groups. The first group would view a test on a 360 hertz monitor. The other group did the same on a 240 hertz monitor. They did what's called a triangle test. I got this. This is an ISO way of testing that I didn't know about, but it's. Let me copy paste this. When you go to the eye doctor, when they ask you better or worse, they do what's called triangle testing. So they'll test in a pattern like this: AAB, ABA, BAA. So that's how they tested. Viper 8K wired is what they used. Again, this is 2021, but I still think that's probably a solid performer. I don't know, Razer's 8K has been pretty rock solid.
Plus, wired removes the ability to have like wireless interference in your testing, so
yeah,
that's a plus.
They did it only at 800 DPI. Probably shouldn't have been. The display, the 360 hertz display, was an Asus PG259QN. It's an older display, but 360 hertz. And they did some generic mousepad they didn't even mention.
And it wasn't 500 by 500.
So the polling rates they tested were 500 hertz, 1000, 2K, 4K, 8K. And they did this a total of 120 triads, so individual tests per person. Users had to choose between choice A or B. If they were like, oh, it's too close to call, they had to choose one. The cursor was moved at 7,000 pixels per second. They used, I didn't quite understand the testing methodology. It said that they used a macro, like an automated thing to like move the cursor, but then another time it said that they themselves moved it. I wasn't entirely clear on that. Yeah, CD syncs for one-to-one motion. Okay, so let's get to the actual results. I want to go down to, does this chart show it well?
You looking for like the sweet spot or?
Yeah, well, I guess this chart actually shows it pretty well. So, okay, sorry, this is really technical. I'm trying to break it down. So the polling rate is up here, okay? You have the first group at 240 hertz, 360 hertz for the second group. Let's focus on the 360 hertz group. So what we are looking for is, there were 23 participants total. There was 11 in this group, 12 in this group. Let's focus on the 12. The number here is the number of people out of 12 that could tell a difference, okay? So at 500 hertz, 7 out of 12 people, sorry, these three numbers here, this alpha is basically a statistic degree of confidence.
Yeah.
So anything over, I think they said anything over 0.01 is statistically significant. Okay, so
takes me back to high school.
Yeah, so you can throw out this bottom one. So meaning that it's like repeatable. You could put the test in front of the person again and again and again, and they're going to score it the same way.
You're probably used to seeing like an R value with like the opposite of this, like 0.95, 0.9. Yeah.
So at 500 hertz, 7 out of 12 people could, with a very high degree of confidence, tell that 500 hertz versus, again, it was an A/B or triangle test. So it would be 500 hertz versus anything else. It would have been 1,000, 2,000, 4,000.
And we've known for a while. A lot of people don't play on 500 ever. There are some CS pros I see that still play 500 hertz for reasons, but 1K is the base.
Yep. But so you can see at 500 hertz, most of the time people can tell.
Yeah.
But after that, going up to 1,000, people can't really tell.
Yeah.
These ones here, I guess some people could tell, but look at it, they couldn't tell at 1,000, and they actually addressed that in the study. And then it's a similar story for 240 hertz. I guess one person could tell at 1,000, so we'll get back to that. 240 hertz being able to tell, but not at 360. We'll get back to that.
It's interesting that was cut in half at 500 hertz. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the people that were tested were both gamers and normies alike, but primarily normies. They like said that some of them were in the top 20% of like League of Legends or whatever. It was pretty like meaningless. They did do a second test with, dude, this scroll wheel is really nice. This encoder. They did do a second test here with a second group of people that they. Oh yeah, they paid the first 23 people $9 US, roughly.
All right.
Anyway, I guess that you must have to disclose it.
Jeez.
So they did 10 participants for $13 each, and these guys were higher ranked. These were people who. One person played Osu.
Top Overwatch, top LoL players. Okay.
Yeah. So, and
Top 1 to 5% of Korean players.
they did a pointing test for this one. So instead of just moving a cursor and checking for jitter, they did a pointing test for this one.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to this test. But as far as the jitter goes, so people can tell 500. 1,000 plus though, normies can't really tell. Another thing that was interesting though is out of those 23 people, about half of them did play games. The other half like just did not, and then they were mixed between the 240 and the 360 hertz. So, whether or not you were a gamer did not have a bearing on your on your perception.
That's interesting.
Of jitter.
Yeah.
So, I want to jump back to at some point how we might want to do this test differently in the future. Now that we're going into 2025. I think you could do it with a higher skilled group and have better data.
Yeah.
But the break-even point visually, if we want to visualize this, I guess I should have talked about this earlier, is the 0.3 milliseconds of jitter. That is the threshold at which people can start noticing a difference. And if you look at this chart here, we have polling rate on the left here. So 500 hertz looks like this. And we have temporal jitter over here. So you'll see between this number here, which is about 0.2 versus about 0.3.
We're just over 1,000 hertz when it starts to change.
And you'll see right here, you can see how they're sort of grouped in clusters at time. Whereas then when you go to 2,000, they're a little bit more evenly spaced.
Yep.
So that's a visualization of this jitter. Obviously, if you go down to like 500, you can see how they're grouped and
easily.
Interesting. 418. I don't know why this is different. These must be like different jitter numbers, but so yeah, that's a visualization of jitter. So the TLDR is it's pretty darn tough to tell with this hardware, this setup, 360 hertz TN paddle, 500 hertz. You can tell 1,000, 2K, 4K. Not really.
Small sample size of people at 23 as well.
I want to jump back. Yeah. There's definitely ways this can be improved. That's going to be our discussion question. An interesting finding that Visco's highlighted is this chart. This chart shows polling rate versus display frequency and the amount of jitter. So the green is low jitter, the red is higher jitter. Look at that, how there's less jitter going at 144 hertz display, but a 1K hertz polling. But then if you go up to like a 360 hertz, your jitter is actually higher than it is at 144 hertz. 3 times the jitter.
So I play 240. It looks like I should be playing 4K in this diagram.
Instead of 2K, because it halves the jitter.
Fortnite.
But again, people say, according to this test, that there isn't a perceptible difference in jitter between 0.2 and 0.1 milliseconds.
Right.
It's only over 0.3. So I thought that's really interesting. This adds a whole nother layer to the onion, which is that like your polling rate needs to be matched up to your display frequency. But I mean, that makes sense. It's sort of like G-Sync, right?
Yeah.
Like frame time, basically. So, yeah, I'm going to link this in the video description. This is just I'm so glad that this paper exists and how it started out as a debate between nerds. I love that.
Yeah, give us any thoughts you have below as well.
Yeah. Please read through it.
Do you think you can perceive it? What do you? What are your thoughts in general? Are you better than the average gamer?
It's highly likely. But you can also use. Actually, Dazz used an AI to summarize this, and it was actually pretty concise too. So if you don't want to read through it all,
yeah, ChatGPT took about 5 seconds to summarize this.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
So the second group of people that they tested that were like more in line with like higher skill level gamers, they did a point clicking test, and the results from that showed it was basically they didn't really talk about the testing methodology. I really didn't get this. They said that they used these were also younger people, ages only 18 to 25, so an average age of only 21.6 years old. They used Wabrock et al.'s and FITS study. So, FIT study. I'm sorry, I'm reading this out loud. FIT study is a point-click like software.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's probably an aim. It's not even going to be an aim trainer. I believe FIT's law is the correlation. What is FIT's law? A predictive model that describes how long it takes to move to a target as a function of the target size and distance. Yeah, that's right. So as speed increases, accuracy decreases.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Whatever. Sorry, the result from this was unless jitter was over, it was like 0.9 milliseconds. It was really high. Again, 0.3 milliseconds was perceivable jitter.
Yep.
Their scores didn't get worse unless they were over 0.9 milliseconds of jitter.
Which nowhere on that chart you showed with the hertz to polling rate had a 0.9 value, I don't think, did it?
It did.
There were some, actually.
Some of these are fat, dude, like 3 over here for 125 hertz. So
you become safe at 1K hertz.
Yeah, safe at 1K, really pretty borderline at 500.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So one issue with that is we don't know what the Fitz law program looks like. Okay, like it might be way different if you actually play a Kovacs routine, especially one that you're familiar with. And secondly, this just goes to show that like skill matters so much more than just like skill technique matters so much more than min-maxing your hardware. As like hard as that as for us to hear because we're enthusiasts and consumers and stuff, but I saw a video today of a guy using a ball mouse and hitting some pretty nasty. He was he Nova in Voltaic? And so, very, very good.
Very high, yeah.
But yeah, he like did pretty okay with the ball mouse. Obviously, he like showed some highlight clips that were just nuts, and you could tell he would have to transition to target slower. He couldn't flick. But then he also showed some clips of it just like totally derping out because it's a ball mouse. It moves in like X, Y. There's little pinwheels as the ball moves. There's literal pinwheels. There's one where he like misses a shot. He flips the ball mouse over, takes the ball out, cleans it up, puts it back in. Like, not the first person.
Blame the hardware.
Yeah. So, but anyway, skill and talent still surpass hardware min-maxing.
The interesting thing about that chart too with the hertz versus polling rate is that the game performance and the actual refresh or like FPS you're able to get would affect that as well. And like your ability to run like a higher polling rate just might kill your FPS, so then there's no point in doing it anyway. There's so many variables involved. Yep.
So the discussion topic I have here are how would you like to see this test redone in, let's say, 2025?
Way more people.
I agree with that. 23 people is definitely not enough. It's a start, right? They have to start somewhere. They're just walking out from their local university and handing people $9 to come in and look at a computer and click some things.
Yep.
So I would love to see this larger scale. I don't know if there's a way it could be, like, what if there was a Kovacs scenario or something that you could use,
They have to find a way to track your hardware and your performance in real time as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know they talked about all the data collection that they did and recording that they did, and it's this is it's a paper, it's a lab setup.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like to see what's the minimum number of people you would like to see.
I mean, realistically, 100 would feel better than 23, but like if we can go to 500 or 1,000, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I would love to see 100 and I would love to see 100 that's not just all CS:GO pros. I know there's some people that I've talked to who are in this mouse space and they're like 1.5 KD players. In games that have like health regen, that is. Sorry. If you're a 1.5 KD in like high level CS:GO, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But they're still like pretty casual. So I would love to still see like that at the lower end of the standard distribution, but then you also have people who are literally pro level or, former pro level at the high end.
The graphics we saw last week that showed like more Valorant pros and players use higher polling rates are interesting to think about. Like if we could do like a CS:GO study, a Valorant study, a mixed study.
Yeah.
We're getting really far in depth, but like, can you perceive it more if you use it more?
Yeah.
This would seem to say no, but we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't see it. That study needs to happen.
Yep. Because it's a known fact that like pro gamers have response times that are like 150 milliseconds,
Crazy,
whereas the normal is like 250 milliseconds. So yeah, 100 people would be great. I'm not going to be a choosing backer. I think the quality of the people is a little bit more important. I wouldn't want it to skew super normie. I would rather it skew super pro, but I still wouldn't want it to be all pros. I'd also like to see age differences. I don't know. You and I are getting older.
Is the screen blocking you at all?
No, not at all.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see as it
Geriatric,
older.
some might say.
Yeah. Because we all know that reaction time decreases with age. But I don't want to just like be copium. Oh, I missed that shot because I'm 30 years old now.
I swear I remember seeing something about that being over the age of 40, but I also might be thinking about fitness things, so I can't recall exactly.
I would love to see this at 1600 DPI, 3200 DPI rather than 800 DPI. Like looking back at this, it's like well known that 8K hertz at 800 DPI, you're like not saturating that unless you're moving really fast. Mm-hmm. They said cursor speed was at 7,000 pixels per second, which is decently fast. That's not crazy fast though. That's like a moderate flick speed. It's definitely not a super 7,000 pixels. I mean, your monitor is like 2,000 pixels wide if you're on a 1920 by 1080.
Yeah.
So like 3.5 of your monitors in 1 second, 1,000. Yeah, that's not crazy fast. A big one is we need to have a better display. A 360 hertz TN. They talked about ghosting in the. Sorry, I'm like using a static image. They talk about monitor ghosting here. Mm-hmm. That should you 100% need to go back and do this with an OLED, because you were talking about the human perception. What is it that the humans are looking at? A monitor.
Yeah, OLED versus not OLED would be fascinating.
And then the mouse, I would feel a little bit at ease if they picked a mouse that like PiezoGal reviewed positively for polling rate stability. We know that there are high-end mice that do not have stable polling rates. So X2HES.
Maybe a GPX, I don't know.
Yeah, I would love
the most like base shape. Yeah, I guess it's interesting. If the people in the study wanted to use a certain mouse, would you let them? It has to be the same mouse across the board, right?
I would say, yeah, again, this is an experiment. You want to only control certain variables, and that variable needs to be polling rate.
That's why jack of all trade mouse like a GPX came to mind. Yeah.
So, anything else I would like to see done differently? I don't think so. The big one for me is the monitor. This needs to be done again with an OLED monitor, even if it was a 240 hertz OLED. But 360 hertz OLEDs do for Black Friday. I saw one as low as $400.
Wow.
Wait, or is that a 240? Shoot, whatever. They're coming down in price,
and they'll keep going down.
Yeah. Mine ships. My LG one ships on January 10th. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, I think that's all we have to do on this one. Oh, the Chief Blurbuster guy did respond to it. So I guess this is the Chief Blurbuster. Maybe he's the founder. He talks about microstutter. He basically says, yeah, it makes sense that this chart showing polling rate versus display frequency, that there's a Goldilocks zone, makes sense. And he adds a little bit more about motion blur. Yeah, anyway. Okay, well, I'm going to link this stuff down in the description. You guys, please feel free to go check it out. I think it's much more... I'm sorry, Boardzy. I really like your videos. You're an instant click for me, but this one was not my favorite one.
Not shocking.
No. I'm really excited for Viscoses.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to... Oh, sorry, I hinted at polling stability. Here's a good visualization of polling stability. Let's do... Sure.
Yeah, X-Lite V3 ES, notoriously crappy.
So this one's actually not that bad. Look at the y-axis on here. So we have some every... is this every second? Every 5 seconds here.
Yeah.
We had a burst where, again, 1000 hertz is right here. Normal dispersion, up to, 1100 and down to 900. This is pretty normal-ish. Going down to 850, that's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. What was bad on this one was that was wired testing at 1600 CPI. What we want to look at is wireless, which I think was this one. Does it say this is second? Yep, wireless mode. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what we want to look at. So sorry, this is no longer in hertz. This is update time. So 1 millisecond update time, that is 1000 hertz. Okay, so 0.2 millisecond update time, that's 5,000 hertz.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 2 milliseconds, that's 500 hertz.
Yep.
So this one with setting of 1K hertz, you have a decent amount in that sort of, plus or minus 20%, which ain't great. You have a lot though here, as low as 1.6. That's going to be 700 hertz, and then you have some that jumps into 4 and 5K. So this is a pretty ugly graph. It's pretty consistent, it's uniformly distributed, as opposed to this one with respect to time, whereas this one has random spikes every 5 seconds. But yeah, PiezoGal does this for all of his mice, and that's how you can check for polling rate stability. Just make sure you're looking at the y-axis.
I did have this mouse, and it wasn't perceptible to me, but...
Yeah. Well, again, 500 hertz versus 1000. If it's only doing it occasionally, that's, I don't know. You get a frame drop in a game, and that's much more jarring than this.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's go over to a shorter topic. How far we were? 27 minutes in with one topic. That's a good one though.
Shocking.
Okay. Another shocking one. Teevolution's turn at a G703 posted by Datboy Guru on MouseReview. By the way, Datboy Guru, if you're watching, I'm sorry. What nationality are you? I'm just curious about your accent. It's really unique, and I've never heard it before. And to me, it sounds a little bit French, but I could be wrong.
He's not watching.
No, he's not.
Maybe.
I don't know. Pulsar Gaming Gear liked our episode a few ago.
They did.
So Teevolution they are a Fantech sub-brand.
Yeah. I think they work with them definitely at a minimum, and they've been their brand has been on their mice sometimes. It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Teevolution. Well, they posted an official rep posted, but anyway, their G703 competitor. Datboy Guru says this hits the market in January. So it looks like we have a dongle with a screen on it that's actually a useful screen with time on it and battery percentage. Cool. They call it Rapid Sync. Terra. Oh, it's called the Terra. That's right. I think this was teased
Teevolution
before.
Terra. Someone commented on my Reddit post about the X3, saying they're waiting for this mouse. Yeah, instead.
Yep. So top comment here. Yep. 50 grams and Omron opticals, and it looks like Fantech got the side buttons right. They do look a bit bigger. Then yeah. You got the side buttons right and chonky, just like the original 703. I think I might wait for this guy instead of the X3. I had a Fantech Aria a while back, and it was built very well.
Helios also built very well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no kidding.
Build quality is really good.
Yeah.
Almost feels Zowie-esque.
Yeah. Okay. Heat treated skates.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that seems nice. Okay. Would you pick one up?
I would actually, especially after going in depth on the G703 and the X3. I'm just curious how this feels. I guarantee my main issue with clicks on the X3 is not there with the Omron opticals.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue spamming them, and they just work so well.
Dude, Omron opticals,
so good.
They're such a winning formula nowadays.
Yep.
So, the Guru says the white one for me, please.
Always.
The dongle looks premium. Yep.
It does. Yeah.
Okay. Next topic. Ooh, the honey coupon scandal.
Not as sweet as it seems.
Yeah. So I didn't really want to cover this because this is like about mouse peripherals and esports and stuff, not the latest scandal, but this one is. We have promoted somewhat loosely. We don't have like any affiliate codes yet or anything. You know, we're Rakuten and like Top Cashback.
Yeah.
Honey is in a similar area, so I just kind of wanted to talk about this. If you guys haven't heard, watch Megalag's video on here. It is popping off, dude. It was at 4 million when I watched it around lunchtime today.
Wow.
It is popping off, like going mainstream media. For those of you guys who don't know, Honey, I mean, you guys have all heard of Honey, right? Honey is one of those coupon extensions that is free. Lots of different creators promoted it because you didn't need to buy anything. I'm going to try to... Oh, you don't have arrow keys on this. Okay.
Looting
There we
6CHE? Yeah.
So Honey, free extension. It applies it finds the best coupon codes. They have a little cashback program called Honey Gold or something. They were bought like last year by PayPal for $4 billion. And there's the famous saying, if if you're not paying for the product is you, or whatever it is. Basically that it's your data, right?
Yep.
So, or that you were doing something for it. And that's what Honey is doing. It is doing two things that are not great. First one is it is changing affiliate links. So, oh man, I'm not going to be able to scrub to this. When you click an affiliate link for one of Dazz's videos or something, or Boardzy's video, it sends you to a unique URL with a cookie attached to it. Oh, here we go. And that's how it's tracked back to that affiliate. When you use Honey, if you click anything, even if there aren't any coupons available, when you click Honey to like search for coupons, it will change that cookie tracker over to, their PayPal or Honey or whatever. So then the creator, the influencer, won't get their commission. On some of these, the commission can be high. For like NordVPN that he used in there, the commission was 40%.
Wow.
For most other mouse stuff that you guys would care about, like WL mouse and stuff, it's 5%.
3 or 5, yeah. Mostly 5.
Yeah, sometimes even lower.
Sometimes
like 1 or
0.
2.
Yeah.
Sometimes 0 also. Yeah. So, it's unscrupulous that these reviewers are promoting a product. Unbeknownst to them, Honey is using that publicity to get a bigger audience, and then now they're changing, they're like overriding affiliate codes. Now, part of me doesn't have a huge problem with this because Rakuten and Top Cashback do the same thing. When you click on their links or whatever, it's like their affiliate code. And that's where the cashback comes from. When you get your 15% cashback through AliExpress, it's coming from So I understand that, but I just feel like that's a little bit more transparent because they'll have a big, click here now button. Whereas Honey is like, you're in the checkout and, oh, Honey says there might be a coupon code available. Check for coupon codes. Oh, there's no coupon codes available. Okay, I'm going to continue checking out. But it still switched the cookie on that.
Like Rakuten, you're going through them. You're not doing another referral for like a YouTuber. Like you're using Rakuten. That's where the cashback is. Yeah, like you said, it's very transparent. It's not shady.
Yeah, it's understood.
Yeah.
But still, I understand if you're, if you just take 2 seconds to think about, oh, I wonder how Honey is making money, this makes sense. The second thing that Honey is doing that is a little bit sketch, though. Oh, they do talk about, this was cool. Linus Tech Tips, that was the third biggest promoter of this based on like view. They totaled all the videos that had the Honey promo, and Linus Tech Tips was third. Mr. Beast was first, and I forget second. Linus Tech Tips, they actually, Colton, back in 2022, they dropped Honey because of this. We ended our partnership with Honey due to their way their service interacted with affiliate links. They Megalag investigated this and talked to the Linus Tech Tips guys. The Linus Tech Tips guys stopped responding, but Megalag said that Linus Tech Tips, they asked Honey to sort of change the way they were doing things, and Honey was like, no, we're happy with this. Sorry if you want to end the partnership. See you.
Interested that Penguin Zero also did a video that's got 6 million views over there on the.
I don't understand how he has. Yeah, I don't watch Penguins.
I don't either. I just like his voice.
Yeah. He's like a anyway. Sorry. So the second thing that Honey is doing that's pretty weird is coupon codes. They advertise themselves as they'll search the internet for the best coupon code available and apply it for you. What they actually do is they have their own internal database, and they only search within that database. So I ran into this with maybe Addis or someone.
Was it AliExpress?
Or maybe AliExpress. Yeah. Oh, it was AliExpress. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I said. Yeah, there was like an $8 off coupon code that worked for AliExpress, like, you know, AEUS 08 or whatever for like Choice Day. The Honey one was only $6. But the Honey wanted to apply the Honey one. So that's, he found, Megalag found on a podcast, on a Honey podcast that was like promoting their brand to other businesses and stuff. And one of the brand reps was like, yeah, I love Honey. One thing that I like is I get to control the coupon code amounts for all my Honey customers. So, yeah, the businesses have like control over the Honey internal database of codes. So that's pretty scummy for them to advertise that they find the best coupon codes online and then they just don't. Now, Megalag did talk about it's not conclusive. He did find some websites where like Honey did find a coupon code that was better than he could find, but it was irregular. And then the video ends with, no. The video ends, this is just part one. The video ends with him talking about some business owners who have gotten screwed over by Honey. Some other influencers. So, I guess in summary, yeah, what did I say before? If you don't know what the product is, then you are the product.
Pretty much. I had Honey on Chrome, and I guess I just won't add it to Firefox that I switched to recently.
Yeah. Again, at the end of the day, I don't think the affiliate link switch thing is that surprising. It's definitely not right.
Yeah.
Like, it could be more transparent, but it's not. That's, of course, how they make money. So, I don't know. I'm not super butthurt over it. I never really used Honey. I, like, tried it a couple times and was underwhelmed, and the stupid pop-up bothered me way too much. Yeah. I added this really quick. I don't really want to talk about this too much, but CoffeeZilla is doing a multi-part series on CSGO skins and gambling. Do you know much about CSGO skin gambling?
I've seen it at a high level. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't like it.
Yeah,
Not a fan.
There's like dozens of websites, and they all skirt around being gambling because they're because of like they find legal loopholes and they establish themselves in different parts of the world where they can find better loopholes. Anyway, CoffeeZilla, if you guys haven't heard of him, go watch him. This is sort of adjacent to esports. I'm not going to get into it because it's way too much to cover, but
wasn't there something that blew up about the CSGO like gambling streams, and they were like artificially winning, like they were winning in a fake way to encourage other people to gamble and lose money? Didn't that blow up sometime earlier this year? There was an earlier scandal around CSGO gambling and streamers.
Yeah. There's
check into it.
There's crazy crap that happens in this too. Like one of the influencer or one of the gambling website admins or owners is like hates all the other websites. They all freaking hate each other, and he has like paid protesters to go to like the house of one of the other owners and like picket outside the dude's house and set up like signs in this dude's local neighborhood and yeah, it was this guy here with this wacky hairdo. He was targeted by another dude, and none of them are good people, okay? But yeah, he had people come to his, like, he said he woke up to like calls from his family members being like, are you okay? You have a bunch of like billboards all over our city saying how like evil you are. Anyway, I don't know, just the gambling and casino business. When you deal with scum, you kind of, I don't know, preying on people who are in bad spots and gambling addicts. And the big thing with CSGO gambling is it's like way underage. He talked about people who start are 12, 13 years old, and then they're addicts for life, you know?
Yeah. The thing I was talking about was like the CSGO Lotto scam from a couple years ago, and it was Josh OG Syndicate, T Martin were like implicated and got like FTC fines. That's what I was thinking of.
FaZe.
That was longer ago. Yeah, in FaZe.
Yeah. Yep.
FaZe was CSGO Wild. Yeah.
But CoffeeZilla, this is a multi-part thing, and he ends it with the Valve like loading screen sound that plays, you know, where you see the dude with the valve on the back of his head. So, you know, who's the one who stands to profit from all this more than any online casino? And that's Valve. So he's trying to get up, going up the food chain. So you talk about FaZe Clan and stuff, then I mean next level is gonna be, we'll see what CoffeeZilla can get out of Valve. They're pretty famously tight-lipped over things.
Yes.
Okay. Marvel Rivals first impressions.
Yeah, so I wasn't planning on playing this. I played a fair amount of Overwatch 1 and a bit of Overwatch 2, and then my friend wanted me to try this out, so I did. Calling it Marvel Watch is very accurate. A lot of the time while I was playing the game, which I just spent one night playing, I was just identifying players calling out with their equivalent Overwatch character, because all of the abilities are so similar in my opinion. Like, there's some unique stuff like Spider-Man can sling webs and like for mobility, and Iron Man looks kind of like Pharah from Overwatch. But the thing that was interesting to me is Overwatch 2 got a lot of backlash because they swapped from like a 6-player team to a 5-player team, and they made you fulfill a certain role, which a lot of people didn't like, but I did like, because in Marvel Rivals, for example, or Overwatch 1, you could queue into like public matches and there'd be 6 DPS. Or like 3 tanks, 2 healers, and a DPS, and like your team's gonna get steamrolled. And I found the same issue in this in my limited time. Like, there was a game where we had 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 DPS, which I believe is the suggested, or 3 DPS. The other team ran 5 DPS on a tank and just blew us out of the water. And that lack of balance just always bothers me in games like this.
Yeah.
The other thing about these games is they really trigger me because like I feel like I can perform equally for 6 games, and the outcome can just be 0% dependent on what I did. Because these games are so team focused, they're not like Call of Duty where like you can carry a team just by getting kills. Like, there's so much teamwork and coordination that's required to do well that like I feel like I don't influence the game enough as like an average to above average player. So those are my thoughts on like the hero shooter genre.
Yep.
This has gotten a lot of hype. There's everybody who I see that like streams shooter games is on this right now. They've hopped off Valorant, they've hopped off COD to play some Marvel Rivals. They're grinding ranked, and that's cool. I've also kind of taken a Marvel break the last few years after just getting inundated with all the videos leading up to like Infinity War, all those movies. So I'm kind of just not feeling this game much after the first night, but those are my thoughts. So
okay, I definitely agree with the like you can't carry in a team game like this. Now the pro to that is if you do get on with your buddies and you have like a really tight victory, the victories are so much sweeter, kind of like a battle royale.
Yeah, 100%.
But those sweet victories can be spoiled by the dozens of games that are lost at no fault of your own. So I know like with Overwatch, quick play it just became really toxic where like people they'd be goofing around in quick play and people would be like, hey, you're not even helping. Oh, but it's just quick play, bro. Don't get mad. And it's like, well, okay, I wanna like practice my soldier aim and tracking and quick play. I still want to like actually have a fight.
Right.
If I go sprint out to the objective and like there's just a Hanzo and a Widowmaker screwing around over there, we have no healers and a tank is over there sitting in the corner waiting to ambush someone, and you're just like, I'm the only one on objective. It's stupid. So I don't know. Then there is like the ranked play, but then ranked play gets like really sweaty.
So you can probably counter my argument by saying go play ranked. They set roles there, but like I don't want to play ranked in Overwatch. I just want to get out and have fun. And like you said, it gets really sweaty, and maybe I'm not down for that night, and I want to just play casually with some structure. So
yeah. Does Marvel Watch have more of a casual vibe compared to Overwatch?
The players we played against after I played 0 games seemed very good, which is interesting. I don't know if there's skill-based matchmaking or what that's all about. I'm also not like, don't quote me on this, but I didn't see like a free aspect to the battle pass, so I'm curious if it's like even more like predatory monetization. I didn't look too far into that, but it seemed like you had to go premium battle pass to get any battle pass benefits. So
it had to be an expensive game to make. For me, this came out of nowhere. I had no idea this was
same. Yeah, exactly.
And all the Marvel IP, I'm sure, is Marvel Entertainment actually. It's not just like licensed; they actually like published it or something. So
I will play it some more and give some further thoughts and like an update in a few more podcasts because my friend's gonna want to play. But yeah, we'll see.
Maybe have some gameplay over a MouseReview, some B-roll.
I've already got some recorded for that. Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, as an outsider looking in, I'm impressed that this is even a product. I never asked for this. I never thought I wanted it, but I would definitely be down to try it. I think the balance is going to have to be a learned thing. I mean, maybe that's going to be a wake-up call for Marvel that it has to kind of be a live service game because metas evolve. You add in a new weapon and a new hero and it changes things. It makes me kind of sad for Overwatch. I've always enjoyed watching Overwatch like pro and high level play. I've only played a little bit of it myself. I'm like not fantastic at it. I think I'm like diamond the last time I played it, but that was like years ago.
On that note, there's nothing more hype than watching Overwatch like Worlds when they were at BlizzCon, which I got to do in 2016. That was amazing.
The team coordination, because like CS, dude, the team coordination and the plays, they're cool, they're clever, but it's like very...
There's a ceiling to it because there's no crazy abilities.
Two-dimensional,
right? Yeah,
yeah, abilities and things being on cooldown, and it's the plays are really just map knowledge. Or if somebody has like some goofy exploit that they can do by like jumping on someone's head to get up over a box and to get an angle.
In this, like a DPS hits somebody to push them into range, where a tank goes in with a giant like group pull, but the healer drops like a giant heal ball to keep that tank alive while they pull everybody in. The coordination's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, people who play Tracer well are insane. I can't even kill a Tracer.
Yeah.
The movement's too fast. Yeah. I will say 20% of the negativity in my review is because I play with one friend. If we got a group of 6 people together and played this, it'd probably be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we could do. Yeah, leave it in the comments if you guys would want to see like a Let's Play or something that like Dazz and I do. Maybe that's the thing. We could do that live stream that.
Get the Battlefield Bros to play this. I don't know if they're willing.
Oh, they give it a try.
Nice.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic, which is first time of playing mouse skates. Normal? Question mark.
Oh my God, what is that? No.
So I just wanted to bring some attention to this thread as more of a PSA to not be so gatekeepy. r/MouseReview. People like to put their nose up at anything that's not. Oh, that's not Razer. Oh, that's not Lamzu. Oh, Pulsar is crap. Oh, Razer is crap.
Or like if I post a video review on there and I get like 70% upvote rate, I'd like to know why 30% of people just decided to hate that post. Like it's just a video review to try and help you out.
Oh, this dude doesn't have, $3,000 per video production quality. Like,
Right.
Bro, where's your yeah.
Anyway.
So MouseReview, just don't be so gatekeepy. There are going to be noob questions like this one that Alexander957 asks, which is, I noticed the top skate is more transparent and concave. Like, is this a problem? I know top comment here, stop downvoting this guy. It's perfectly normal. It's a perfectly normal question to ask. Does it look odd compared to the rest? That's what MouseReview needs to be there for.
And I think that mentality is why this got 1.1 thousand upvotes. It's just kind of like
That's
supporting
insane.
this and like trying to prevent the gatekeeping elitism that happens. So, which is kind of Reddit to begin with, but
yeah. And I could get like super gatekeepy over something. For example, mice. Like 8 years ago when I was getting to this, they didn't have that center skate. Like the GPW was like one of the first ones to have a center skate.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and it was Logitech was the first one to do it with the G Pro wired. I think the egg shape that became like the G305. And they said it did two things. One, it was keeping like dust away from the sensor, so it was kind of naturally cleaning wherever the sensor would go. And two, it would just help ensure that the pad was, if there's bubbles and stuff, that it would be nice and flat, not contoured wherever the sensor was. Mice didn't have the center skate for like a long time, so now people are going and taking it away, and what could that cause? So you can see the dust build up there too. Oh yeah, that's might just because it's
always clean the adhesive all the way off. In my
But yeah, just don't be gatekeeping. I even had a friend. I told Dazz that I like sent over some skates because he was using the stock skates on his GPX,
Oof.
and he gets them and he's like, "So this might be dumb, but do I put the new skates on top of the old ones?" And I was like, "Dude."
It's funny, it's a GPX too, because they had the extra layer of like padding below the initial skate when you pull it off. Some
So
people
when
also
he's-
get confused about.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did. He did. He like started peeling it off, and he had delaminated the plastic from the black.
Yep.
And he was like, and I was always like, well, dude, try these new skates. If you don't like them, you can go back to the old ones. Well, no, you can't go back to the old ones.
I actually did some like aim training with the stickers still on that Vancer Thrash I have, just for the heck of it, and I did perform worse.
Yeah.
I really wanted to not perform worse and just like make a joke out of it, but it affected me.
Yep. Transparent because it's PTFE. Yeah, PTFE is just a very milky white.
Pure PTFE, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And real quick, do you have any other newbie advice that like you've ran into or something that you had a question of when you first started out?
If you don't like, if your grip is a little odd and you can't grip a mouse without like your hand feeling slippery, like use grip tape. Like there were years where I just had like, I was like, oh, my grip is kind of weird. And like occasionally my hand would slip off the Model D, whatever. And I was like, must be part of gaming. And then I found grip tape and I was like, wow, I can actually grip the mouse and get a good grip and aim better now. So
Another piece of advice that I would have on a similar wavelength is if gaming for a while hurts, you need to, and you are going to be spending a lot of time gaming, then you need to look into a mouse that suits you, or maybe even adjusting your grip. There are a lot of grip styles that are just not suitable.
same with posture, chair height, desk height.
Yep.
Test all that stuff out.
I saw a post on like a mega thread to, was it r/aim trainer or like CS subreddit? A physical therapist posted. It was basically like, yeah, I worked with gamers for like the past 10 years, like high level gamers and pros, and they're having these issues and this is what causes them and yada yada, and just that again, people don't take it seriously because you just go and game by yourself and you're like, oh, my wrist kind of hurts, okay, well, whatever, and then you go back and game the next day. You don't think about it till then you're gaming in the next day, but this repetitive, you can seriously injure yourself. So
More stuff. If you work from home or like game a lot, a standing desk or a nice chair is a worthwhile investment as well.
yep,
Same way a
nice
good
chair.
bed is.
Yep. Sit up nice and high. Don't get super lazy.
My
Gamer
aim suffers.
posture.
Yeah, my aim suffers when I get gamer posture because then my like arm angle is thrown off too.
Yep.
Like I aim best when I'm like upright and
Yep.
more focused. So
I heard a quote that was, don't cheap out on things that separate you from the ground.
yeah,
So whether
Shoes.
that's shoes, your mattress, your chair, tires on your car. I took a vehicle dynamics class. The most important factor in a car, by far, doesn't matter how nice your BMW M3 competition suspension is, tires matter more than anything else. Yeah. It's a good piece of advice. So, our last kind of news-ish topic for the week is, do you like seasonal skins / maps in games?
yes, I do. I love them. This was my topic. Yeah. The first, it takes me back to like an old Call of Duty game where they would release a map and then like they would add snow to it in the winter, and it just felt more like I enjoy the holidays. So like I like to feel like I'm immersed in that like atmosphere in the games I'm playing as well as just in life. Like
Change it up.
Christmas tree, Christmas lights, like holiday rugs and stuff. I'm all about that crap. So
Breath
like,
of fresh air.
yeah. So like right now in Fortnite, I'm playing as Jack Skellington with a Santa Claus outfit, and I
is
really
so
enjoy
funny.
that. Like
Can you actually play as Mariah Carey?
you can play as Mariah Carey, you can play as Santa
They had
Shack.
to license that, dude.
Yeah, no, they've got everybody. Like they had Snoop Dogg this season. There's
Oh my gosh, they have Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
that's Santa Shack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Shaquille O'Neal.
I can't tell with the glasses on.
So yeah, I've not bought any of the skins this season. They added some Christmas themes to other skins as well, but like Deep Rock Galactic also has a cool feature where like there's a home base before you launch to a mission. Their entire home base becomes super Christmas themed around the holidays, and like I honestly just enjoy going into that game and walking around. I have a Hogwarts Legacy save where I saved it at Christmas in the Great Hall, and I just go in there sometimes and walk around, look at the Christmas tree. So like I'm a sucker for this stuff.
Is this Is this Deep Rock?
The Yuletide wishes. Yeah, I don't know if they'll show though. This is just like the skins, but
oh, what is Deep Rock Galactic?
it's like a PvE game. You basically are like, it's like a comical like mining company that sends you off on missions to like mine the moon or like mine different planets, get resources. You level up and upgrade your character. It's actually
okay. Here's
massively
gameplay.
fun
It
to
is
show.
first person.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I enjoyed it a lot, but again, only one friend to play with, so not maximum fun. But
it is co-op, PvE co-op.
Yep.
Okay. Up to how many people?
I believe it's 4.
Okay.
I've only ever played with my one friend, but
so there's a little bit of a story to it.
Ish. Like there's like a season pass, but there's also like set quests you can get to like level your character up. There's 4 different classes. It's less of a story, more of just like you're mining for. It's almost like a Helldivers.
Okay.
Kind of a like theme to like the like whatever company you were working for in that game as well.
And then mobs would spawn in, and you gotta fight them. And
it's like go mine like 3 of these things. So you get to the thing, and you have to like kill off 2 different waves while you're like protecting like a thing that's mining a resource.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
And all of it is to build up a base, or what's the end game? To like build up a base and leave the planet or something?
The end game, it's not like story based like that. The end game is more like Diablo like, where like you get into more higher difficulties of the same content, and it gets crazier and crazier with more abilities. So
that's fun.
You can see
like
it here. This is
Helldivers.
like the Christmas theme, not on the screen for us, but like
Okay.
if you
Abyss
Google-
Bar.
Yeah. Abyss Bar Christmas. Yeah.
Abyss
just
Bar
like-
Christmas.
There's like presents everywhere. Yeah, they just theme out the entire base. It's
This is
super
like
cool.
your home base where you can go change
Yep,
guns, skins,
exactly.
whatever. Okay, that's cool.
And this stuff usually goes through like early January, and then I become much more sad.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
when it goes away.
That's cool that they do that. Yeah,
WoW does stuff like this to World of Warcraft. Like they have like the Hallows Eve events and Christmas events and all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's respectable. Okay, we're going on 56 minutes here. Okay. Well, this has actually been a shorter show so far. Okay, well, you added something a little bit more festive. We've been wearing these Santa hats that are very warm.
I've debated taking it off. It's very scratchy. My glasses are smashed into my ear.
We can do it. Can you leave I'll leave your mine on if you leave yours
Yeah.
on.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. At this point, we're doing it.
Okay, so now we're done with news for the week. We're gonna go into like off-topic or personal ramblings type stuff. So the first thing we had here, the only thing we had, I think, is Christmas family traditions. So Dazz, you put this topic on here?
So I didn't really have any before I was married and like kind of accepted into my like wife's family traditions. Like we always go to. This is gonna tell you where we're at. Like holiday nights at like the Henry Ford Museum in like Metro Detroit area. Like every year they go to that. I don't know if you know what the Henry Ford. It's like a Greenfield Village. It's like a historical village. Ford brings in a bunch of like historical, awesome like buildings, stuff from like Thomas Edison, stuff from like Pioneers, a whole bunch of stuff. It's really cool, and they like it's festive. You can ride Model Ts. There's like a hayride. There's caroling. You can go give your name for your kid. Santa Claus will talk to your kid and tell them what they're gonna get for Christmas. All this good stuff. So, roasted nuts. That's a good time.
That is really cool. I heard about this. I had never gone to it, but you said your wife so it's not just your family that goes to this.
So it's my wife's family. My
I'm
family's
sorry,
all
your
like,
nuclear family. This is
Yeah.
like a multi-nuclear family thing.
my wife, her parents, so like her brother, some like, and then some extension of like her brother's, like girlfriend's family as well. Yeah, like we all go together.
Okay.
So, and they all love to go to this like year round as well. I really enjoy this. It's a thing in the area. If you grow up, you go here a bunch. I think field trips and stuff, but I never got to go, so I enjoy it now.
Yep.
Museum's cool too.
Yeah. So if you guys have like a local, look for a local place that does this kind of a thing. Sleigh ride, horse-drawn carriages and sleigh rides and stuff are a thing, or even like find like a local sledding hill or something if you have kids.
We also would go, or we don't do this every year. We've gone a few times, like the zoo lights. Like I'm sure every zoo does this. Like you go at nighttime and they just have like light displays all around the entire zoo, and like you just pay a fee and you get to walk around, and it's pretty super cool as well. So.
And zoos are great in wintertime. The animals are more active because they're not so hot and
Yeah, the
just want
camels.
to
The
sleep.
camels were out in 20-degree weather. They were chilling. Like,
Yeah, that's
who'da thought?
crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. So I know, like, my wife, she loved that 4th of July. My family always had traditions because my family grew up, we had a farm that's been in our family for, like, since about the 50s. And we'd always go up there for 4th of July and do hillbilly crap, fireworks and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because when you have a bunch of land, but so she grew up like the extent of her 4th of July was just burgers on the grill.
Yeah, that's like kind of Yep.
But yeah, then when you get married and stuff, or if you do a Friendsgiving, I mean, your holiday traditions can be what you sort of make out of them, so you should embrace them. So yeah, if you guys have local things you can look up, obviously this is just local to where we're at, but maybe you can find something that some downtown area that does sleigh rides, or a food place that does limited edition stuff, or
a lot of downtown areas will do like a German Christmas market, which I really enjoy as well.
Sure,
I've gone to Chicago a couple times for their like Christkindl market, and it's really cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah. And if you don't have like family to celebrate this with them, maybe tag along with some friends or something, or get something going that's it doesn't have to be Christmas Day kind of a thing. I was surprised. You know what I noticed? I said to my wife, I was like, how come there's always big blockbusters that come out like on Christmas Day? I was like, who goes to the movies on Christmas Day? I was like, oh shoot, am I like, do I need to check my privilege here because I like have had family that have always done that? But yeah, that's for some people. You want to go out and do something that's not if you don't have family that you can do that with or whatever. But she actually said she knows of families that they all go to the movies. I heard that is their Christmas.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
No.
Okay, I haven't either. Are we just like boomers, and that's like actually a cool thing to? I don't know. I'd rather socialize. I think.
Yeah, there's the rest of the year to go to the movies.
Yeah.
We do, on that note, have like a set of movies we always watch every like holiday season that no matter what, like Elf, Love Actually, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
We always make sure to watch a certain set of those movies. My daughter loves Rudolph a lot.
Oh, the claymation one?
Yes, the old school one, which you literally cannot stream.
You can't stream it?
You got to pay for it.
Really?
The rights are owned by Freeform, so you can watch it on TV, or you can like buy it on Amazon for $10, which we did.
Oh my gosh, this isn't like public domain's like 100 years or something like that.
And this is like the 60s or 50s, I think this was made. So,
dude, this is an amazing video.
This brought back memories when I watched it. Yeah,
it is. The abominable snowman gave me nightmares when I was a little kid.
Yeah. There's one next door, so good luck. They've got one outside.
Yeah. I know, I pulled up to your house here and you had a Bluey. Dude, wait, can I find it? Bluey.
Costco
Christmas inflatable.
I'm not proud of this. This is it, yeah.
You're owning it.
Yeah. What's sad is like my daughter asked to go to Costco a bunch to see it.
Gosh.
But she didn't ask me to buy it. I was like, I would love how happy she was, and then I bought it for her because I'm a pushover in my own mind. So.
Oh my gosh!
And she gets so excited every time we leave the house and come home, though. So.
Good. Well, I'm glad she's enjoying it because I don't think if my kid was like, I'm gonna be a terrible dad. If my kid was like, can I get this? Is amazing. It's perfect. I'm gonna be like $229.
Okay, it wasn't that.
Nope.
So the one at Costco, to be fair, it retails for $160, and I got it for $90 because I'm frugal, right?
Okay.
$90 inflatable, not frugal, but yeah.
Okay, that's
I respect my daughter, who's 2, for not asking for it, and I just caved on my own.
Dude, I'm so over buying stuff that is temporary. I mean, this is totally different when you have kids and growing out of things, whether it's physically growing out of clothes or just mentally growing out of toys and stuff.
Mouse pads, even, that wear down. Growing out of them, too slow.
Sure. I couldn't stomach inflatables that... I mean, for them, on the manufacturer side, they're like, this is perfect. We only need... You produce anything for children, and it only needs to last however many years that child is going to be interested.
True.
So their warranty periods are probably crap. And profit margins are probably great.
My wife and I are self-declared not inflatable people, and yet here I am. So
yeah, I know. Lauren got Christmas inflatable koala Menards. Yeah, she saw this in Menards and was like, "Oh my gosh, we have to, Eric," because she loves koalas. It is very cute. It's surprisingly big. It's like as big as my torso up.
Yeah,
it's a good size, but. And it's cute. He's eating a little holly leaf or whatever.
You probably didn't see the 15, 20-foot Rudolph inflatable on the way in. If you go out a certain way, there's one of those. It was gone for 3 days, and that was the roughest 3 days of my life because I couldn't explain to my daughter why it was gone.
Largest Christmas Inflatable.
Oh, who knows what this is gonna turn up? Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. What are those ladies doing? Young lady, remove yourself from Santa's crotch. Okay. Oh my gosh, dude.
Wow.
Imagine living in a place where it's not cold for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
You just feel so Christmas with like palm trees. Like all of you guys, is anyone here living in like Florida or like southern Texas, where your Christmas is just like this? To me, that's so weird.
There's a lot of people that say they'd never leave the Midwest because they enjoy all the seasons and like having. Well, we don't necessarily have snow on Christmas anymore, although it's been snowier this year. But yeah, I hate the cold, but like I do enjoy seasonal things. So
Would you move out of state if you could snap your fingers?
in my mind, I'd go to Hawaii because I really, really hate the cold. But like that's a different kind of heat. So no, I wouldn't move out of state because of family.
Yeah, I understand.
Maybe for like a few years to experience it and come back.
Yeah, it's tough though to move around, but yeah.
I'm past the ability to do that part of my life. I feel like almost did it when I was like early 20s, but
Where to?
Seattle for work.
Okay.
But then I changed jobs, and so that opportunity went away.
Microsoft?
Nah, it was like a different, smaller like automotive company that worked with GM, but
Okay. Yeah.
which I would have undoubtedly left soon after for a better job, like probably Microsoft or something, Amazon out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what most people did.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I really like the idea of moving out of state, and I think I could have done it because I'm a pretty independent person. I feel like I could have figured out a lot of things, but once you get married and stuff, then there's like, it affects more than just yourself, especially if you have like a family and stuff and school and.
Yeah,
But yeah, part of me is like, I don't know where we're at. I really like the state that we're in. I think I'd be very upset if we were in like
Indiana,
Indiana,
which is where I lived most of my childhood. Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
so I technically was born here, did leave, but it's the same experience ish.
One of my gaming buddies I was talking with, he's from Iowa.
Okay.
I was like, dang, that sucks. How fast is your internet? He's like, well, we have fiber. And I look it up, and his cities was... Remember when Google Fiber was first rolling out, and they were almost like a charity case where they would go out to like the middle of bum F nowhere? That's like the municipality that would get like Des Moines or whatever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Chicago, because I don't know what inputs they have into why they choose where they chose, but yep, he was one of those charity cases.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so for fiber. Yeah, but I'm glad that we at least have water by us. So, I know we're just kind of rambling here. Is there anything else that we want to ramble about? Anything on your desk that you want to pick up and take a look at? Tease for any upcoming videos or respond to any criminal injustices in the comments of your videos?
Comments on my videos have been pretty positive, actually, for the most part. I mean, there was some agreeing with me that I didn't like the Pulsar X3. But beside that, yeah, it's been really nice to actually see people like, hey, you helped me out with this take. Like, oh, that's great. Like,
You have 56 subscribers, dude?
it's going pretty well. Yeah. This
I love you added the emoji without a transparent background.
that was like a 2 weeks later update too. Yeah, or like a
And he's
week
like eating the numbers because this is before you realized it. The numbers go there. I know.
We're not
I'm
fixing
laughing. That is brilliant. That is brilliant.
You can see the thumbnails kind of evolved from like
they have
zoomed out, small text.
They have.
This last video, I legitimately just took that like shot and then grabbed a still to make it the thumbnail. It still could be better with the weird shadows and lighting, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this X3 is the first one to do 1,000 views. We'll see.
Yeah. So so this one you're trending, dude. You're getting almost 1,000 views on these. That's incredible.
It's doing pretty well. The view to sub rate's interesting. All these numbers are weird.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep making videos because I enjoy reviewing mice.
That's good, dude.
Fun fact is I shot the first 4 on my webcam from side and top, and I shot this entire last review on my phone. iPhone 14 Pro, and it looks, in my opinion, way better.
Oh yeah.
The quality is way better. It's less grainy. It focuses better.
How is it that webcams are so bad? Like they have all this room to put good hardware
and
in.
they put this tiny little lens. And then your phone's got these amazing 3 lenses on the background, and you have to look at this one to look into the lens. I found out. Look at the camera.
Yeah, yeah. I know. For the longest time, I thought mine. I have one of these goofy flip phones, and yeah, I know.
I'm sitting here with a tripod on my desk with my phone hooked up, using an OBS plugin with a black screen, so my glasses doing a reflection. Yeah, I was happy with the results.
Oh yeah, we didn't even check glasses reflection on this.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a glasses reflection on my forehead will shine or something, but, you know, thank you, Santa Hat, for saving me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, and 50 subs is more than I thought I'd have after 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, well, cool. I think one thing that's really helping you is you're uploading very regularly. 2 weeks, 11 days, 6 days, 2 days.
I'm down to like 4 or 5 days between videos now, yeah.
Is that something you want to try to maintain?
For now, yeah. It's challenging because I'll start recording at like 11 p.m. at night and then finish at 2 a.m. and go to bed because that's like my window of free time to like make a video with 2 kids and stuff. But
yeah, well, another thing is that sustainable? Because I mean, you're gonna run out of products, my dude, right? Or you think you got enough in the pipeline?
I've got like 6 videos planned right now, so we'll see where it goes.
You could try a series that maybe breathes life into older products. For example, you have on your desk here that you've started testing the Demo Shark M3S Pro? No.
Non-Pro, yeah.
So this is one of those mice that, when this came out, it was another, you know, good budget mice were starting to trend upward. So people were like, yeah, it's a good mouse, but now people have just dismissed it. It's not bad.
No, I mean, like, if you're buying a bunch of $40 mice, like, find the shape you like. This one really, like, the sides really cave in. Like, it really caters to, like...
Oh, it doesn't for me. For me, it's still a little bit.
Oh, okay.
When I think caving in sides, I think, like, Lamzo Atlantis.
That's fair,
It's like holding a triangle, nearly.
It's because my pinky... I don't even see. My pinky hits the exact, like, narrowest part, so, like, that feels different to me. And then this front side, like, hits my pinky, but...
Nice.
I'm debating if I want to do like a single video about like forgotten good budget mice, or maybe like a series like that, or yeah.
I think about here I am like projecting as if I'm like some seasoned YouTuber, and I'm not. All my videos are garbage. Like literally, you have 5 videos that are like more production quality than my 500 videos of like random crap from high school. But you probably will want to think about YouTube caters heavily towards. They'll serve your videos if you're uploading regularly, right?
Yeah.
And like a recap series might be more digestible, might be more doable like long term, whereas a roundup video would be more digestible. I don't know. You could try a roundup and see how that performs.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably try a GPX competitor roundup and see where that goes. I've got like 3 or 4 of them to talk about. So
can you tease any of them right now?
They're down in a box below this couch, right below the couch actually.
I don't know. I kind of feel like our pods are usually like an hour 40, and we're only an hour 12 in.
So we're gonna ramble for a while.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I get the impression. Yeah, guys, leave a comment. Man, I would have liked to done this one live. I do want to do one live, but leave a comment how you guys listen to the pod. My understanding, if it was me, I would probably just put it on 2x speed, go to town at work, doing office work. So that's what I imagine other people do. I know that from like 2 other people that I've talked to, that's what they do. But I also know from the YouTube analytics, people click on timestamps since timestamps are searchable in YouTube now. Yeah. So like Pulsar X3 gets a bunch of hits. So Pulsar X3, Pulsar X3, Pulsar X3, Pulsar.
We'll timestamp it. X3. No, like I actually listen on 1.2 speed usually to make it last, like a Boardzy stream, to make it last longer, as sad as that might sound. So anyways, M shows A5. This is the Pro Max because Amazon had it. We got a better scene for this. There we go. M shows A5 Pro Max.
Also,
use my affiliate link.
Can I just say something real quick? Okay, you guys know how like Boardzy will like spin a mouse and then it'll like mess up his OBS view? Boardzy, if you're watching, which you're not, in OBS on your sources tab, there's a padlock. Oh, yeah. Click it. Okay, you were saying M chose A5.
Yeah, it's the Pro Max. This mouse is pretty solid, to be honest with you. It's just a straight up scaled down GPX. I'm not gonna say much more about it, but yeah, it's not a 1-to-1, but it's scaled down. Solidly high quality.
This has been around for quite a while. dongles under this rear skate. So yeah, this will be in your video.
Yep.
Solid.
Talked to M-Shows about the mice I was going to review, and they were like, sure, become an affiliate. So, like, use my code. Someone did. Shocking. Legitimately shocking. Update for you on your sticky coating. It took the color off of this mouse.
Oh, okay. This is an AJAZ AJ139.
Yep, so it has the snot coating that Phalanges released a little video on, and we talked about in a previous podcast.
Yeah, surely can.
Yep. So when I took that off, it did take some of the, you can't see it too well there, but some of the, like, not a coating. But, like, yeah, the colorization is kind of, like, faded there now on the side of the mouse, so.
Sweet. It didn't take the AJAZ logo off.
It didn't, no. I saw it come off, and I was like, this is a little bit red. Oh, I bet that did, yeah. There it is. You can see that pretty, yeah. With my grip tape for my tilt. Anyway.
Yeah.
I like this a little bit less than the M5, or the A5 rather. This is much closer to the actual GPX in size. I don't think it looks
spammable
quite as much. I think the side buttons were a little mushy to me on this as well.
They're not very tactile.
Yeah, it's almost like they were trying to implement or emulate the crappy GPX side buttons.
Yeah. They're like they're decently well positioned. You know, they're fairly low. They're not way the heck high up. Yeah, I wonder if that does buff out. Not that I care. I got this for $16, Amazon open box. I was like, you know, I haven't tried this mouse. I'm not really that interested in it, but for $16, I can try it and I can probably flip it. But here I am, just not modding it, so maybe not.
Cool. So this is Attack Shark X3. It's not a GPX clone, but it feels sort of like a smaller GPX in hand with some more like side tapering than like the true potato GPX. But I don't know. You can see it looks kind of like a GPX on top. I enjoy this mouse. I thought it needed covering. It's not really a clone, but it's like sort of adjacent. I want to talk about it a little bit.
Yep, this was your birthday mouse from last stream.
Yes.
Even though you have the better version, the Attack Shark R2.
Under the pad, left side. Yep.
Yeah, Attack Shark R2, dude. I go back to this every now and then. I'm like, dang.
I'll shout it out as well in the video, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have an Incot G23 on the way. Another clone.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Oh, wait. Let's look up. Oh, what about oh gosh, which one is plugged in? Can you take those away before I start fumbling too much? So Incot G23. There's also the G24, which is like a very similar shape to the ATK Z1.
Okay.
Yeah, so G23, sorry, I'm pretty sure people said it feels 1-to-1. I don't know what it is on ELO shapes.
People have spoken very highly of this mouse, so.
Really, nothing from Incot has really blown my socks off. It is cool that they do the
Hot swappable. Yeah.
That's cool that that's like their shtick, but they're generally kind of heavy.
Yep.
They don't. Yeah.
None of these GPX clones are super light though. GPX super light.
Yeah.
So heavier than the GPX.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh, not screen
There we
share.
go.
There we go.
Sorry. Here's the Incot G23. Sorry guys, we're bad at this.
That's all.
Yeah, MetKeys usually has good pictures. So size-wise, seems very similar. Oh yeah. And MetKeys. I thought I clicked on MetKeys. Well, okay, well here we are.
Here we are, AliExpress.
So they do have the G23 and G23 Pro. Difference looks like it's
3950 King.
3950 versus 3395. Yeah, I don't want to go too much in depth, but we also have the. Did you get the M-Chose A7?
It's in the United States now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this one too. So yeah, I have a bunch of mice in this potential video and/or series.
This is the one I'm most interested in. It seems to be one of the better weights. M-Chose has proven decent performance.
Yeah.
They're using a very common. It's kind of like ATK's. I believe they're using the same as like ATK's firmware solution.
I have the Ultra in blue coming.
Okay, the Ultra in blue, and so the Ultra gets you.
I think it's Ultra. It may be Pro.
I'm surprised you pay extra for that. I personally would probably go
Maybe
cheaper.
I went Pro.
But that's
Looking
probably
at these specs.
So 500 milliamp hour is going to be heavier, 59 grams. That's still lighter than the GPX.
Yeah. Or is it the same as the GPX2 potentially? I don't. remember.
Oh, let's check.
I think they brought the weight down a few grams. I think it's 59.
Super light too.
60. Okay, so it is lighter. Yep.
Oh, yeah. And let's look up the A7. Shout out to Nate Cirque or whatever his name is. So if you get the 500 milliamp hour, it's going to basically be the same.
Yep.
But
There was a reason I didn't get the normal one, like the A7. I got the Pro or more. What was the reason though?
Oh, Omron light.
That's why. Yep.
Omron light flickers. TCC gold wheel. I don't know. I'm a big fan of MCHOs. We have a topic in the future of like, if you could only have one manufacturer's mouse, what would it be? And like, if I had to only have MCHOs for the rest of my life, I don't think I'd be too upset. I mean,
A7 Ultra in blue. Okay.
A7 Ultra in blue. Oh yeah, I think you had to step up to get the blue.
I think the Pro was sold out, and there was a super deal where I got the Pro or the Ultra for cheaper than I thought I was going to.
Okay.
I got the A7 Ultra for $35.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So I couldn't pass that up.
Yeah, that's very good. Also, is this weird? I really like the aesthetic of this mouse with the black side buttons
That's nice.
and the black bottom.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is the GPX clone I'm going to keep. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Omron light flickers. If you wanted for me to do a battery swap for you, I could, because 500 milliamp hour and 49.
Give me like 250. I'd be happy with that. I think like 200 maybe.
That would reduce it by about 5 grams. That'd be noticeable.
That's perceptible. Yeah.
But I know you could probably really weight mod this thing, cut up the base. You could definitely get it under 50 grams, which would be pretty incredible for such a large mouse. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that video. I actually legitimately am, because everyone is like, is that a GP? Any large ambi, is this a GPX clone? You know, insert meme of the guy with the butterfly.
Each one has their own like little touch. Like one's a little bit smaller. One's got like this AJ139 has. I keep looking at the over there. The OBS. There's comfort grooves on the clicks, which differentiates from the GPX more so than just being the pure potato, and I like that. I performed about the same with all of them, which just goes back to skill over the mouse, but that's not what we're here for. So.
Yeah. So, okay, switching gears here a little bit. I actually think I'm going to buy a wired mouse. I'm seriously considering getting an XM2 8K.
Is it because Boardzy's been just like loving his XM2 so much?
No, so I have for a long time loved the XM2.
Oh, you did tell me that was probably your endgame shape.
It is very close to being my endgame shape, because I love the Wise Owl Cloud shape. I like the XM2 a little bit more. My problem with the XM2 Wii that I have...
This is somewhat inspired by it.
It feels closer to a sword to me.
It's like in between, yeah.
The XM2 Wii that... Let's see if I can bring up...
That I've had 2 of and sold them both.
Why'd you sell yours?
I have many cycles where I decide I have too many mice and just need to sell down if I'm not using it a bunch. Now that I'm making reviews, I want to keep them all to have comparisons later, so it's different.
My grip has changed over time too, so now the things that I have sold, I'm like, I wonder if I would like that more now.
I wish I had an HTS Plus for that reason, and to compare it to the Skyrox V6 I have coming in.
By the way, are these aftermarket skates?
No.
These are the stock skates
They're
on the...
very good.
Those are nice.
They're really good. They feel better than the Ghost Glides, which is, sorry, they're just really good. And Razer stock skates are like eh. And Logitech stock skates are like crap.
Oh, this is on. Oops.
Yeah, it's not plugged in. But yeah, ATK stock skates on the Ultimate X1 are really good. Check the review.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm getting off topic. The XM2 Wii. So I have one that I have modded down to like... I did a destructive base and a small battery swap. So I think it's around 50 grams. So for how big the mouse is, it feels incredibly light.
Yeah.
I love that. I hate the clicks.
Oh.
I absolutely hate them.
Pulsar.
No, I really don't mind Pulsar clicks. They're not very tactile.
Well, it's just like they have the same. They have to use the same switch though. In the X3, the Kale opticals.
XM2 Wii.
Yeah.
They're
XM2
using.
has,
Oh yeah, they're using Kale. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. As the X. Yeah. But they're like loud and sharp, but they don't have very good tactility.
You're right.
So what I need to do is I need to go home and apparently Razer's like 2nd gen optical. So what they had on like the Viper Ultimate, the Death Adder V2 Pro,
V2 Pro, yeah.
The Viper 8K, those apparently you can swap in. So I have I shown you like how many? You want to talk about what's on my desk right now? Guess how many Razer Viper Ultimates are on my desk at home right now?
11? 8?
More.
30?
A little bit less.
26.
Yeah, 23.
Okay.
23 functioning ones. I have like so many more. So I should just like start bidding them for switches and pull them out. I have so many more. Like in my basement, I have like 600 or 700 mice that from like eBay lots and stuff that I like refurbish and sell. So yeah, I need to do that with the XM2 Wii. Anyway, the XM2 Wii, yeah, I just absolutely hate the clicks.
So you're looking at the XM2W or the XM2? You're talking about the 8K. 8K comes in at 52 grams. So
the 8K is a little bit lighter. As a person who battery swaps, I don't really care because I can put in a battery in it that's like 2.5 grams.
Right.
I went back and I played a little bit with a mouse with a cable, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that. In unpopular opinion, it kind of makes me feel like I'm like locked into a plane a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit better. I think my up and down movements struggle a little bit because like the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna run out of cable if I pull it too far, or oh, I'm gonna run over my cable if I push it too far forward. Right. But the left, right, dude. What's his name? Who's the biggest aim trainer guy? Matty OW.
Yeah.
Boardzy did a video on him to like whatever aim training final world competition he went to. He brought 2 GPXs and like a couple pads. The 2 GPXs, the differences were like skates. That was it. One of them he would use plugged in. And it was so funny because Boardzy was speculating, is it for, does he not believe in good wireless? Is it like, was he low on battery? No. Matty OW is just like, no, it like makes me feel, I don't
There was a bit of a feel to it. Yeah.
There is a feel to it. So I kind of want to just try it with a known good mouse shape. And part of it too, watching Viscosa's video on the OP1 8K. And she's like, it's really nice to not have to charge a mouse.
It is.
It's really nice to just like have that consistent known performance, and like you just don't have to think about it. So I don't know. I think about trying it out. What I'm gonna do is like all wired mice, they're gonna depreciate in value a crap ton. I'm not gonna spend the $85 MSRP right now.
Which is a shockingly good price anyway, as far as mice go, I feel like.
Yeah, in 2024 maybe.
Not if you consider budget, yeah.
I was watching, reading Tech Power-Ups older. Let's go to mice and let's search XM. So the XM1R is the same shape. It's a bit heavier, 70 grams. I was tempted to pick one of these up. They're $30 on Amazon right now. They're saying $60.
I've got one in my basement. You want it?
Really?
Yeah. It's got like a messed up right click, but yeah.
Oh, I'll fix it.
It's white.
I'll fix it and give it back to you if you let me borrow it.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Let me remind me before you leave.
Okay. Cost. Shoot. Oh, for
60. Okay.
Okay. At this point, he says I'd recommend getting the XM1R, simply more refined as the other iterations. The Rocket Burst Pro comes with the same great performance, low weight. For $60. Razer has the Viper 8K for $80. Oh my gosh, that was $80. So I guess, yeah, back in 2021 when this review was made, the Razer Viper 8K was $80. So by that, $85 is probably less when you account for inflation.
Oh yeah.
Okay, they gave it an editor's choice, so I guess they were happy with the price of $60. Okay, yeah. I thought I saw a review somewhere that said $60 was high. Or they said it was like a more premium option. And I was like,
no,
$60 is like pretty cheap.
Yeah,
that's like what. In 2021 wasn't that long ago. The dark reflex of the XM1R is very cool though, and as a person who likes glossy, I would still take a new Endgame gear coating. But yeah, these are like 70 grams, whereas the...
I have XM1 or XM1R. We'll find out here in a bit.
The difference is sensor and weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what's on my shopping list is I kind of want to get one of these and try it. I don't think I have... Oh, I do have some pads I want to get, but I don't want to say what they are because I'm trying to get them from Mouse Market right now, and I don't want somebody to snipe me. No messages. Ugh.
What are that? I tried to buy a Hitscan Hyperlight yesterday, and I just didn't get a response. So
That guy who was selling it for $70.
yeah,
That's a good price. So is the shape actually different from an F1? Because you have an F1, don't you?
not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. I sold it.
Why?
The way I grip, it didn't work super well. Unless I really forced it into my hand and like had to consciously grip it a certain way. Like I couldn't just set my hand on it. So
Was it actually... Is the Hyperlight actually a better shape?
I don't know for sure. I've heard some people say it feels different in the hand. There are slight differences. The other reason I sold the F1 is because I'm trading for the Maya, and I just picked the Maya over it as my small ambi claw mouse.
So ELO shapes ain't perfect, but it's showing on the F1 a little bit more hip flare at the bottom and a little bit higher button height. Mm-hmm. I do remember the Hitscan guy saying that the F1, he was like disappointed that he saw that it got copied and released, but it like the shape didn't feature the final revisions that they had made.
Still did pretty well. People like that mouse quite a bit.
Yeah. We can go over to Piranha. Piranha releases. I like how he titled it like it's a YouTube video, but then before I saw who I was on mobile, I didn't see who posted it, and I was like, "This is Piranha." And I click on it, it's Piranha, and I'm like, "Dude, bro." I don't know why that got me. I was like, "Oh, I think I commented on this." I probably
the Panda X3s.
Yeah. Which one do you prefer?
White with black, actually. And it might be because I know the coating is... I like the coating on the white, but...
You think these can't be two different sizes? Bro, look at that scroll wheel gap. How is nobody talking about this?
I forgot to talk about it, yeah. I don't know if you can see this here.
You get it like real...
Yeah.
Oh, we'll switch views. Look at that gap behind the scroll wheel. How are people not talking about that? It's like they changed the scroll wheel size at the last minute before they changed, and they didn't change the like mold of the buttons. That is brutal, dude.
It looks extra terrible there.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the all black scroll wheel just accentuates it. Yeah. It just all
Yeah. I actually do really like this one too. You know who does this? Extrafy, Cherry Extrafy. M68.
I had the MZ1 with like 4 different shell colors when I had it. Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of people do this. I think it looks good. Like I think it looks better than just all black. It does look good.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of these two, I agree with you. I prefer this, but I think I commented on this. Oh, cool! I didn't get downvoted. Cherry did the black with white buttons, and I was like, yeah. And then another thing I commented on. Let's find best looking PCB. Bummer. Okay, you're not logged in. I'm an incognito, duh.
Yeah.
So Flickshot Gear says, I need feedback from you. What are your favorite mouse PCBs? Which mouse PCBs would you like to have in other mice? I will cook. First of all, that's a stupid title. What mouse PCBs? Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen and it's not focusing. What mouse PCBs would you like to have in other mice? I don't know. Make your own PCB? Like, I want to see your PCB in a mouse. But I did have some honorable mentions.
And people liked your comments.
Yeah. So. Well, I put actually work into it. I'm like, oh yeah, there are not a lot of people in this thread anyway. The WL mouse Sword X, I couldn't find a good picture, but the PCB is sword shaped. So the bottom of the mouse, I didn't get this for the longest time. It's a sword going into like a rock and splitting the rock into a bunch of fragments.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it's cool. The skate design is stupid. There's a reason this guy has dots on it, but very cool design. The Zonkonig M1K.
Oh.
Remember they sold a mod kit because their mouse was like $400, so you could buy the mod kit instead. Yeah, tiny PCB, absolutely gorgeous. So again, PCBs, you can have more layers.
Okay.
absolutely gorgeous. Like no components on it, dude. And the ones that are there are nicely arranged. That's the controller there. That's the sensor. The Japanese Omrons. Let's do another 30-minute rant. Pulsar Feynman. I thought this was just a beautiful PCB.
Oh yeah.
They outline this very nicely, and I don't know if they have a cover in theirs. I imagine with the ketchup mustard cables, I think they do use a cover, like the Attack Shark R2. They use a cover over. You can see the cover inside of it.
Oh yeah. I like that look. Yeah.
Yeah, so technically you can weight reduce your Attack Shark by like 1 gram by taking that out, but then you'll see the ketchup mustard cables. I don't know if Pulsar's Feynman does that, but anyway, that's a good looking PCB. The Stormbreaker has a movable sensor. I didn't know what this guy was going for, what OP was going for, if he's just like trying to get inspiration. He's had this Flickshot Gear Discord, and he's teased things for like, since like, for like most of 2024, and nothing's come out on them, so I don't know. Rapoo has like a super narrow one because they use side PCBs for everything in their dog.
Rapoo, yes.
Yeah, their encoders are really good. They use a Kale encoder that's really nice and notchy, but then they go and they put 800 milliamp hour batteries in it. As a person who battery mods, I don't care at all, but... And Lamzu Maya Honeycomb is kind of cool.
Yep.
That's what he posted
that
here
if you want.
too. Yeah. There you go.
Yep. My and my ex both got it going. Yep.
And then Pulsar. Oh shoot, we can show a third one here. I'll trade you. Yeah, Pulsar does.
The Bruce Lee.
They even have a little flying Bruce Lee ninja kick in it.
There's
Yeah. They have the size and all these other things. I think that's very cool.
and the Cyflex too.
Kind of like skateboarder or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it. So those were my roundups for best looking PCBs. I also say G-Wolves gets a lot of credit for using the HTX's PCB for structural support. So these little things they were a pain in the butt to open up the mouse.
Yep.
But Glorious did it back in January 2020 with the Model D wired. I know people are all about like Glorious sucks, not innovative. Bro, look at this. They use PCBs for support. Back in 2020.
Smart move. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So. I don't know. Was there anything else good on Reddit to look at? I don't know. I mean, this guy likes the M-Chose A5 for... It's funny. The A5 has gone up in price. When I first got into AliExpress, the A5 was like one of the very first mice I bought, like probably about 13 months ago. And I think I paid like $20-25 for it.
I've noticed budget mice going up in price on Amazon as well. I got the Attack Shark X3 for $27 like a year ago, and now it's like $45. It's ridiculous.
Dude, speaking of budget mice that I saw, Fi mouse. This one, dude.
Ah, yeah.
This anime girl mouse is actually probably my favorite Red Dragon. I'm pretty sure like Red Dragon Riso. I don't know who Risofy is, but this is a Red Dragon mouse. Like the PCB, it's all like, it's definitely Red Dragon. The scroll wheel, very interestingly, is like, it's like the same one as in the Sora and the Sprime PM1. It's like that thin rubber. It's not great. It feels kind of cheap, but this shape is actually pretty solid.
What is it like?
I have it in my bag actually.
Okay.
If you want to grab it. But this one, 50% off coupon plus an additional 10%. So you can get this for like $16-ish. It's a really solid buy for $16. I'd definitely take it over the AJAZ 139 that I got. Thank you. Yeah, I weight reduced it to something crazy stupid like 45 grams or something, which for how big the mouse is, it's pretty good. But it just has a good amount of contouring. I don't know. You might not like it because the fronts are a little bit pointed, but that's a solid one for like from Amazon.
It's rounded. As long as the corner's rounded, I'm good.
Okay.
The Maya does that too.
I know. I just often search for like $33.95 mouse, and then you start getting into some of the cheaper stuff.
That top mouse. That was on MouseReview a couple weeks ago.
This was the 8-bit dough.
They make good
do.
controllers.
Yeah.
Not sure about their mice.
Probably a well-built mouse. I mean, they're asking nothing for it.
Yeah.
I always put I paint my dongles too, because then I actually know what mice they go to, and I put a magnet in some of them too.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun fact though, Razer and Logitech, they use stainless steel for their dongles, so they aren't magnetic.
Boo.
Womp womp. I did see Kaisona mouse. So Kaisona gaming mice. I reached out to them today. Haven't heard back, but
$10. What?
whoa, from
That's
it's gonna
the
be skates.
That's the X3 equivalent.
Glass skates only.
Ah,
There we go.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so Kaisona mouse gaming. I want to find their actual web page. That's not the one that has. It's not their shop website. M5. Sure. I think it's Kaisona. Okay. Go to mice. So Kaisona. We featured this page on a past podcast. Oh, can we go to gaming mice, please? Oh, computer gaming. Okay, here we go. Gaming mice. And we talked about how Kaisona's an OEM or whatever. They're, I guess, one of the factories. So they have all these OEM shapes with like generic names, but we know them like the M600 is also the Kaisona Aztec, which is also the Attack Shark X3. We know, what else do we know? We know this guy here is the Attack Shark R2.
Yep.
We know that this is the Ajaz AM3. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's a different, I guess they did a different cutout, but I believe it's, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I've seen this. Anyway, I had a revelation about this mouse that I sent to Dazz today. So I'm going to go on AliExpress. And last week we talked about the Phylina S480. If you want to show that to the camera. I mean, people probably, the bottom's pretty iconic, but...
Yeah, the HGS clone.
And they teased back in like July an S480, which is an update. And it was going to be like super lightweight, like 36 grams, they said. Yeah, they teased it in a red colorway. Here it is on AliExpress. Not by an official seller, though. So this is probably a pre-order, but I guess it's coming, hopefully. Disappointing to see mechanical switches. We have a pretty interesting looking puck that would match your AC Pro Neon Mid.
Sketchy that it says there's 999 available here.
Dude, they don't. They just punch the keyboard. But here's the thing. Oh, they say 35 grams here. In a past post, they said 36. Check this out. Tell me that is not the same mouse.
Sure looks
Bro.
like it. Yeah.
So we know that Kaisona OEMs for other people. So maybe that's what's going on here. But if that means that, like, I don't think this is going to launch at $100. Maybe it will. Maybe like $80. But if that means that the Kaisona will come by someday for like $40,
Cool. Yeah.
dude. The one that I'm really hyped for is this one. I can't even see the bottom. I just feel like it's going to be a good shape. It looks like it's going to be like an Atlantis.
Yeah. I can see that.
Interesting that they list 3 different MCUs, but they're saying only 39 grams, so it'll be a super light one. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. All right.
Now we're at normal pod lengths. There we go.
There we go. There's enough fluff. We talked for long enough.
Yeah.
So in summary, if you guys are selling an XM2 8K, hit me up. Let us know what you thought about this format of the show, us being in person, if it really added anything. Like, it's not the end of the world if we had to do this again.
No.
I think the big thing is just like if your kid's bedtime.
My scheduling. Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, I think we covered everything. So yeah, let us know what you guys thought about this format. If you'd want to see more of this, we would love to do it live too. Maybe a little bit more chill, where maybe we just have like 1 or 2 main topics and then the rest of it is just a rambling discussion. Or if you think the rambling discussion is terrible and you want us to stick with the news, then let us know. I don't know. The YouTube analytics, it's all a downtrend for the entire duration. So I don't know if it's because we start rambling or if that's just because that's the nature of it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, consider subscribing and enabling notifications. Episode every Friday. and share it with your fellow mouse nerds too. Get the word out. If you have a question or want to submit a discussion topic, leave it in the comments below. We'll be back next. I don't know when we'll be back. It'll be, this one is going up this week of Christmas. So we'll be back on January 2nd, 3rd, the Friday.
It'll come out on the 3rd, yeah.
Yeah. With a new episode. So we'll see you guys then.
We'll see you.